Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So yesterday, were you able to follow the class and you were able to understand the concepts? Because we are a little bit fast, I know, because we are running out of time, and within the given time, I'm trying to finish the concepts which are is possible. So I would like that whenever you have some doubts or clarifications, you ask me then and there. Because the purpose is not that I finish all the syllabus. The purpose is whether you are able to understand the concepts, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So this is what the next concept we will be seeing in the continuation of values, attitudes, and beliefs. So how this works? What happens when there is a conflict between your belief and your behavior? That is what is called as cognitive dissonance. That means you know both the things are right or both the things are wrong or the combination, but either this or that you have to make a decision, right? So why this happens? Because as I told you, these are separate components: values, your attitude as a result of what you believe in, and the action, how you act to the other person. But sometimes what happens if the coordination among these three components are missing, right? See, for example, uh, your behavior is triggered by one of your traits, anger, emotion, right? And your value says that you should respect your mother or father, your parents, right? But the attitude, now because of your traits, your anger or emotion is triggered by that, and you are showing a angry attitude towards your parents, which your cognition is saying that as per your values, what you are doing is wrong, right? You know that, but you are dominated by other emotions that you want to show your resistance or anger, so your attitude is not aligning with your values. You are acting not as per your belief. So what happens? Both this is happening in your mind. Are able to follow me? You want to be both, but you have to display only one. So you are selecting one dominance. What happens? This results in a change of this belief, attitude, or behavior. This is a dissonance. What happens? There is a conflict between yourself inside. It is not that anything is fake or lie. You are all the side, it is you, but you have lot of dimensions. Which dimension is dominating at that point of moment is how you display yourself, like the words or actions or the look or attitude, whatever you say. So what happens? But you will be regretting that later because you didn't believe that. There is another one part which said that you are wrong yourself. It's not other person saying you are wrong. You yourself know that you are wrong, but you acted otherwise, right? But remember, in this case, if you have acted in this side also, you will be regretting. If you are being submissive where you want to be resistance, then also you will regret that I should have rebelled at that point. Why I have not done? So this dissonance is very common, right? You will be moving apart from what you are, and you will be doing many things. See, it is a part of what do you say, growing, that is how we grow. So this is a very common phenomena which will result in a permanent damage or permanent growth in any one person's belief and the behavior, right? So this is one concept you should understand, so that you will be able to understand when the other person is going through that also. First you try to relate to you when you are going through this thing, because this will be a very good what do you say, lesson for you to understand yourself. Why you are not you in some places. It is not that you are not you. You are you in all the places, but you have many dimensions, many phases, which sometimes the innermost which you have suppressed may come high, which is a news to you, which is a surprise to you. right? You may not believe yourself that why I have done that. It is also you, okay? Right. So we go to the next topic. So this is where we finish off the personality, right? All the components of personality. So far we have finished. Any doubts in this self, ego, personality? Because this is the base of the subject, you know. So if you have any doubts, you can clear now. Apart from that, we can move to the next topic called external. Externally, how the behavior is modified. What we have seen so far is internal psychology of a person. So that's all. Any doubts in that before we move on to the organizational side? Very good. So far, I have never have any doubts in your class. How should I take it? No dissonance. All of us are aligned together. All of us are with me. Whatever I say, you are understanding. Can I take it like that?
Ma'am, what you're teaching is clear to us, that's why.
Okay, so it's a compliment. I take it with a face value. Thank you, Fatima. So we move on to motivation, right? So we are moving to the organizational side. Now, so far we have seen this is a human, this is his mind, this is how he will be. This is on two sides. One is what is me, and if I am a manager or subordinate, what is the other person? How should I estimate him, or how should I assess him in the organization so that it will be easy for me to handle them in the organization? That is our purpose, right? So now we are moving on to the matter. What is that? I am a HR manager, if I am a manager in an organization, so how should I handle people? Why I should know all these things? Because as I told you, you know, the most complex thing in any organization is handling people. You can handle everything else easily. You can handle Sensex, you can handle stock market materials, inventory, everything. The only thing unpredictable and only thing which will be creating a lot of chaos in the organization is people, right? Because we are not the same every day. We are unpredictable. That is why. That is why now we are going to see that how people react in the organization, why they react, so that it is better for us to understand them, to how to mold them, or how to, what do we say exactly, you know, conditional behavior. So how to get the behavior the organization wants, right? So you try to see this in two places. You as an employee, it will be very funny that how the organization works to make us get trapped into the whatever they want, and make us believe that it is for the goodness of us. But at the end of the day, what it would be for the organization, they will be getting the behavior they want from us. So we are going to learn from that. And if you are a manager, you are going to do that to your subordinate, and you are going to elicit the behavior you want from them, right? So that is it. First topic is motivation. It's a very vast topic, so just I'll go through it as fast as I can, because I trust me, I assure you, this is a very easily understandable topic. You can read by yourself and you can read it. Okay. So what is motivation? All of you know, motivation is what moves us forward, right? What is the basic motivation in the world for all the living things?
Money, money, ma'am, money.
For all the living things.
For all the living things means
Food,
satisfaction.
food, food.
Hunger. Very good. Fatima's got it. Hunger. If there is no hunger, you know, if there is no this pit in your stomach, which is a never filling pit. You put anything you want, it will never get filled. Within hours, it will be empty and it will ask you again. If this is not, this motivation is the trap given by the nature to everyone. If this motivation is absent, nobody will get up from the place, right? No living thing will get up from its place. It will be simply lying down and sleeping. Am I right? So this motivation is what is pushing us forward. So we move along that. Once the hunger is satisfied, then we will find a place where we can sleep nicely. Once we find a place, we want to have a shed over us so that it is not raining on us. So like that. So the motivation, basic, which we are moving every day is the hunger. If imagine if there is no hunger, we will sleep for 16-20 hours, right? What is the one thing that is waking us from sleep? Hunger, right? So motivation is that, the thing, the drive that makes the people move forward. So how do we say the state of restlessness, tension, or disequilibrium due to an unfulfilled need, right? So this need which makes us to move to get it fulfilled is called as motivation. This can be of many kinds, right? That's what we are going to see. The need transforms itself into the desire to act upon to achieve it, right? It becomes a want. So what we do, we make an action plan how to eat, where to get, whether to order in Swiggy or whether to make it by ourselves, where is the vegetable or where is the meat, how to cook. Your imagination and your thinking, your pace will increase the moment you want to think about food, right? Need stimulates, acts as a complex force to move the person to realize the desired goal, right? So that is the point, stimulus. So which stimulates us? The need. So that is what we call as motivation, right? So this is another one slide where we can see it's a determined goal, belief in
I'm
self-confidence.
sorry to interrupt you, ma'am.
Yeah.
More than 30% of the population, they are eating one time a day, it seems. That statistic says, ma'am. Only one time a day they are eating
Yeah.
because
So
of the poverty.
yes. So
So
what
how
is their
can,
motivation? The food for the
yeah,
next time.
yes,
That's
ma'am.
all. It's very simple. The need is 3 times a day food. So their motivation is not what we are seeing as determined goal or self-competency or positivity towards environment, belief in system. All these are organizational motivations. But social motivation, what you are talking about, is very simple. It doesn't have any of these things. They will have a raw stimulus as in any other living thing, like animals. They will not think about anything else. They will not need a offer letter or salary or a package or anything, not even a roof under their top of their head. Their next target is what they are moving is towards the food for next time, right? That is a basic need. We will see that in the theories of motivation. Okay, we will come to next to that. So these are the things which we are talking is for organizational motivation, where we are talking in terms of employees. Okay, that's what I told you. You can see this. This subject is a loan from psychology and sociology papers. This paper itself is not management. It's not a management paper. So what do? We take all the sociology and psychology theories, make this paper, and we apply this into the organization so that we can handle the people easily, right? So you can see all these concepts what I am teaching directly applying into sociology also to the society. Okay, right. And it's right, exactly. I'm very happy that you think on those terms, right? Okay. So I think this slide I will these are the definitions. But last only I want you to read: happy employees are not essentially motivated employees. Remember that, right? Because this is a common misunderstanding everybody will have, thinking that happy people are motivated people. No, those who are very happy are excessively demotivated because they don't have anything else to move forward to, right? So you nowadays you think that hereafter you think that you are blessed if you still you need something, right? Once all your needs are fulfilled, your life will get bored and there is no motivation, you will not move forward, right? So be thankful that God is still giving some needs to you. There is still some unfulfilled bits in your life. Be happy. It is a blessing in disguise, believe me. Okay. So this is the point. Happy employees are not essentially motivated employees. So because if they are happy already, they may not be moving towards the promotion. They'll not be working properly. Okay. Right. This is
Ma'am,
important. Yes, Nurul.
ma'am, I can't understand the last point, ma'am.
You don't understand the last point.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. See, happy. When you will be happy, Nurul?
Uh,
Tell me, just say from your life, when you will be happy? When you get a new dress?
yes, ma'am.
When you get
If
biryani,
I
new,
get
new food?
satisfied, if I get satisfied with my work.
You get happy when you get satisfied with the work.
Yes, ma'am.
Very good, Nurul. You get satisfied with the work, you are happy. Okay. What next? The next day, what you will do? You will do the same work and be happy?
I will try to make it better, ma'am.
How? Already you are happy with that work. That is what we are talking about. Right? When you get satisfied and you are happy about that, you will try to retain the happiness. That is the phenomena. You don't want to get into trouble again. Have you seen that you are getting into comfort zone? We often say we fall into comfort zone. Why is that? because we feel happy about that place. I get satisfied. So I would like to retain that place. Right?
Okay.
This is common in all living things, not only for human. Imagine like that. See, a herd of animals have found a pond, okay, with water, a small pond, okay, with water. There may be a big pond with lot of good water, just a few kilometers away, right? But the thirsty herd of animals which came across a small pond, once they quench their thirst, will not move to those kilometers and find the bigger pond because already they are happy with the water. Until the summer dries up the small pond and there is no water, they will not move. You get my point? Now what will happen? There is no water. Again they will move towards some kilometers and they will find a bigger pond. Why they have not moved all these days? Because already they were happy, comfort, and they were not motivated with the small pond. Do you get my point?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
For some time, okay? It is for some. See, if you get a new dress, you'll be happy for some time. Once that dress becomes old, you have worn it for 2-3 times. What will happen? You will crave for another new dress. That
Yes,
is
ma'am.
motivation.
Okay.
Okay, so that is why we say when you keep your employees very happy, the motivation comes down. I'll explain it in the coming slides. Okay. Okay. So there are two kinds of motivation. One is extrinsic, another one is intrinsic. Okay. What is extrinsic? The motivation that is coming from the external side, outside. It may be from your peers, it may be from your spouse, parents, friends, or it may be from anything else around you. Yeah, award, reward, a news, like this. Okay, extrinsic.
From
Intrinsic.
teachers,
What is that? Yet
also
intrinsic
from
is
our
what?
teachers.
Yeah, it
Teachers.
comes, yeah, teachers, right? So intrinsic is opposite. What comes from within? As Nurul said, I am happy with my work. I don't want anybody to come and say, see what a work you have done. No, if I look at my job, I'm very happy, right? Today morning I made some sambar. When I see that, I feel very happy. Oh, I have done a good job. The motivation comes from within. So what it gives me? Okay, this pleasure I get of cooking a good food will I will have this the next time also. So I should use these things in the next time so that I will make this better. So my motivation, intrinsic motivation, comes from within, right? But it is not that always from all the work you will get both, or you will get either, or you may not get both. And it is not regarding the mostly regarding the personality. It is about the extroversion, introversion also. What you are, you decide what kind of motivation you are getting, right? Because you can see that many people who are getting intrinsic motivation will not get that kind of pleasure and satisfaction when they get extrinsic. And those people who are addicted to extrinsic motivation, they will never look inside and find the intrinsic motivation, right? So my suggestion is go for both. Okay, try to analyze yourself, where I am getting the motivation, from others or inside. Whichever is dominating, try to practice the other one. You yourself can finalize it, and you try to practice that. You yourself see, if you are too much focusing on extrinsic motivation, you start appreciating yourself for whatever you are doing or whatever you are. That way you can practice, and that will be helping a long way in your organizational career if you get motivation from both sides. Okay, right. So these are the list of theories we will be seeing in a faster pace, right? So this is the first theory I would like you to know, Maslow's need hierarchy theory. You are in first semester. I don't know. I want you to learn all these things properly, because these are basic, but I don't have the time to explain it much. I don't know. I'm having now cognitive dissonance. Can you see that? This is the example exactly. I want to explain all these things in a descriptive way better, but now because of time I cannot. So I'm having a conflict in between. Can you see that? Like this, I want you to apply the theories, concepts in your life. You will never forget. Okay, right. So leave it as I come to Maslow's side. See, this is contributed by Abraham Maslow. So we call it as Maslow's theory of motivation. This is the basic father of all the motivation theories. You can say, if you understand this, all the other theories are like breezy. Okay? Right. The first thing is physiological need. Okay, actually I drew this picture. I'm very happy, motivated See, I'm satisfied that I made this picture myself. I didn't copy this from the Google, right? Okay. So what is a physiological need? Basic needs. You know, what is a basic unit? As I told you, we need good food and a place to sleep, right? Because after food, automatically you will be feeling sleepy. So I need this. If I don't get these two, I cannot imagine about anything, right? See, I get an offer letter in hand, okay, or I may have a proposal, love letter, right? But I am 3 days hungry. What happiness I will get from that, you think? No, I'll give you an example. A poet once told this, not me. A poet told, a big, what is Arab poet actually. You know what he said once? When I see the moon, a full moon, I see my lover's face. Okay, it is beautiful. The same moon, when I am hungry for 3 days, looks like a chapati, roti, right? That explains exactly this. So it is on what you need now. So that is a basic need. Unless this need is fulfilled, nobody can go further, right? The next one is okay. I get a food 3 times and I have a house. Now, will I be happy and live like that? No. I want security. Whether I will get this 3 times a food every day. So I will be go searching for a security. So I am happy, safe. Okay, my house is safe. I have a secured job. I can have food every time. So can I be happy and be like that? No. Now the next need will arise. What is that? That we call as social needs. I want to share what I have. I need people to live with. I cannot be alone in my house, right? So what do? I make a family, right? Okay, now you got a job, you got a house, you got a wife or a spouse or a family, or you have a food, nice food every time. Can you be happy? Can you live there? No. I have one more need. What is that? Self-esteem. What is that? Power. See, I have everything. So I want people to obey me. People, I want to control. Right? At least I want a dog so that I can command and ask it to come and sit near me. They get my point. Self-esteem. I want to show my power. Right? Because I'm capable of. I want to become a manager in the organization. I cannot be a subordinate for long. I want to move to the post of a manager, right? Self-esteem. Okay, you have become a manager. Can you be happy? Many people can be happy, but not all. There is one more need, that is self-actualization. What is a true self? Who am I? Is being a manager my life's goal, or I can be more of that? Am I capable of that? What is my utmost efficiency, proficiency, or what I am capable of at the most? That is self-actualization, right? So this is a common theory, but you cannot generalize it. I will tell you what are all the exemptions for this theory. It is not that all of us will go through all the steps. You can see that many of us have not sensed or have not lived the last one, physiological needs. Many of us have never thought of. How many of you have gone for hunger? How many of you felt that insecurity? I don't have food next time. Very few, right? In this group, I'm saying those we are in the class. I'm talking about the people in the class. So we all are blessed, right? We have never gone through that insecurity, that whether I will get food next, because we are given with a roof on our top and food by our parents, right? Most of us. So we have never experienced. This is the first exemption. It is not that all the people will go through all the steps. Jumping is that. See, for example, we might be falling into the second or third category at the starting point itself, right? We may have got a job also easily. So social needs may be the first need we may be experiencing. Then the second exemption is, it is not that all of us has to go through all the five. There are people who stop with the first need itself, physiological need itself, right? Like you can see in the road, every day they will be striving to get the food, striving get the beg from somebody. They will eat and they will be happily sleeping in some place, chowdhury or something. They will not be motivated to move on to the security level itself. There are people, right? So it is not that everybody has to go through. Okay, and it is not that everybody will go till self-actualization. There are so many people in life. You can see 90%. That is why we may use this pyramid shape. That means the population is more on the base and the population is very small on the top. So you can see that it is not all the people will move. If all the people are moving, you can see it will be like a rectangle, right? Are you able to understand? It is not rectangle shape. What is a pyramid shape? Triangle shape. That means the population decreases when it goes to top. So who gets self-actualized is very small population compared to the physiological age population. So this is the exemptions of this theory, and this is how the people are getting motivated to move further in their life. As I told you, this is purely a sociological theory, psychological theory. Not, it is not a management theory. We are trying to apply it to the population in the organization. You see it that way. Okay. Any doubts in this? Because I want you to Rohan Chaubal. I want you to understand this so that we can move further. Because all the theories are based on this, right?
Ma'am, if this is asked in the exam, do we have to explain the pyramid along with a diagram or chart, or is just
Yes.
writing
Yes.
essential?
Yes. See, remember, whenever there is possibility, draw the diagram. Pictures speak more than the words, you know. See, instead of this diagram, Rohan, if I have written whatever I have told you, it should be better. This picture of,
Diagram.
yes,
Yeah, the diagram itself.
diagram. So, diagrams are more easy to convey things, right? So, you draw this diagram and you write this 5 neatly. What happens, you know, it's keep it as a secret. The psychology is, I understand that you understood. Evaluation is what? You should make me understand that you understood the theory. It is not that I don't know the theory and you are writing to teach me in the paper. Am I right? So it is your, what do you say, your prerogative and your necessity to make me understand that you understand the subject. So how will you do that? Easily by diagrams. But one look at the diagram, I will easily see that, okay, you are known. If you have not written these words properly, right? See, for example, you are writing social on top and self-esteem in the third one. I will immediately understand you have not studied properly. Very simple. Okay, so
Okay.
it is
Thank you,
up
ma'am.
to you. Yeah. So wherever possible, it is a exam trick. Always draw diagrams. That is a very good habit. How much diagram you are drawing, how that much mark you will. So, and another one exam tip I am giving you as we are talking now. It is not about how much you fill in the papers, right? That's what I am talking about, right? It is not that you are telling us what we don't know, right? So try to be crisp, try to be neat in the paper. First of all, don't scribble. Many of you do that, no margins. So that shows that your sincerity. You are not sincere to the exam. Okay, so show your sincerity in the examination, show the respect you are having for the exam, for the MBA. That psychologically will affect the evaluator, right? You are now all managers, you are studying MBA, so apply the theories what you are studying into all the life, right? Writing exams also need presentation. Imagine, like, if you are a manager and you are asking for a report from your subordinate, and if you are submitting the report that what you are writing in the exam, the same your subordinate is submitting to you, illegible, scribbled, without margin, what you will do? What you will
It
do?
will, it will not be appearing very appealing. I'll skip through it.
Very good. It's not professional, right? Remember that. It is not that how many papers you write. It is about how you write in that paper. Remember that. Have margins, underline, make the titles bold, right? Like that. Use some presentation techniques to impress the evaluator. Do that. Okay. Right. The next one is
That's
ERG.
when
Yes.
quality quantity is not measured. Quality is measured.
Exactly. Because we are not giving additional papers. You know, there will be only one booklet. You will be provided with a booklet for everyone. It is the same booklet with some 30 pages will be there. It is a calculated booklet for the question paper. You will not get additional papers. Remember, there is no additional paper system here. You will be given with one booklet only. So you have to write in that itself. So imagine, it's not about how many sheets you are writing. It is about what you are writing in that sheet. Okay, right. So like you yourself decide. Okay, as we're talking about exam, let me finish as your exams are nearing. So there are 3 parts in the question paper: part A, part B, part C. Okay, part A will be small answers, part B will be big answers, and part C is only one case study, mandatory. Okay, mandatory. Don't ever skip the case study. Remember, I'm saying it again. Don't ever skip the case study. Write something in the case study, even if you are not able to understand the case. If you are not able to write the answer, still attend and do something. Why I'm telling you? Because see, we have the authoritative grace marks. If, for example, you have to take 38 marks out of 75, you might have got around 35 in A part and B part. Only you need 3 marks to get to pass mark. In that case, if you have written a case study, I have the right to give you 3 marks for the case study and make you pass. If you are not attending the case study, you are losing that option. I have seen many times and I feel very bad about that there is no case study, I cannot make them pass. So don't ever skip the case study. Write something.
Thank you for your tips, ma'am. Thank you.
Yes.
Kind
Okay.
of.
Yes. And another one thing, don't ever start a question at the end of the paper. Many people do that. Don't ever do that. See, you have enough number of papers. Always start an answer on top. Okay. Many people, only 2 lines will be remaining in at the end. They will start your answer there. Right? Don't do that. Always start an answer on top. For example, A part only half page, it is more than enough. Write 2 answers in one. If you are not able to write 1 answer in 1 paper. This is one. And another one thing, very common thing, I don't know how MBA students are writing like that. See, we have the sub numbers, right? You will be having the subheadings. You will be numbering the subheadings. Many of you are writing the subheading numbers apart from the margin. Margin side, you have to write only question numbers. Do you get my point? The answers should not come beside the margin. If you are writing numbers for subheading, kindly write inside the paper. Don't come apart from the margin. And also the question number should be properly marked and question number should be on the margin. It should not be inside the paper. Provided you draw a margin first. Okay. So, okay, these are the basic points I wanted to convey because every time we see that these kind of things happens, right? Okay. So we come to ERG theory. Satyanarayanan, yes? If possible, I wanted to tell you how to write a case study also. In the last class, whatever time is provided with, you remind me, I will tell you how to write a case study. Okay? One of you remind me. Okay, Satyanarayana doesn't have any questions, so we move to the ERG theory. This is about existence, ratedness, and growth. You imagine like this Maslow's theory compressed into 3. Existence is first 2, right? Physiological and security, both into existence. What you need for existence. Relatedness is the social needs. Okay, growth is self-esteem and self-actualization. That's all. It is compressed. But what is the only difference from Maslow's theory is Maslow says only it moves forward. But ERG theory tells you that once the need is not satisfied, the regression happens. You come when dissatisfaction is there, you come back. Right? For example, a social need is not satisfied. You get into that again. You are frustrated. You are not